Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and it is once again time for a Pokemon TCG pre-release tournament being held here at the Pokémon League at Heroes Beacon. Now, this is going to be for the Guardians Rising expansion. The Tapu are coming to TCG, bringing some new abilities, new attacks, new GX Pokemon, of course, as well. So we're going to go inside and check things out. I'll show you the breakdown of a pre-release tournament, what you can expect to find at an event that you can attend in your area. And you can always check Pokemon.com's event locator to look for any of these kind of premier events in your area. But with all that being said, let's go inside, check out a lot of new cards, and see some matches on the go, or at least one match on the go, and see what this new Guardians Rising expansion is all about.
The Pokemon TCG pre-release tournament is a special event held at Pokemon Leagues throughout North America. At these events, players can pay an entry fee set by the league organizer and obtain a special pre-release pack containing a 22-card pack, one exclusive foil promo card, and 4 booster packs of the newest expansion coming out up to 2 weeks before the expansion officially goes on sale in North America. The 22-card pack forms a basic core of a custom deck containing Pokemon of 2 different energy types, including some evolutionary chains of these Pokemon, along with a number of trainer cards. The foil promo card will correspond with one of the Pokemon types in this 22-card pack. The 4 booster packs are your standard random assortment of 10 additional cards from the upcoming expansion. Once the league organizer announces it's time to begin, players will then have 30 minutes to open all of their packs and construct a 40-card deck comprised of just those new cards, along with any basic energy cards they require, which will be provided by the league organizer. While the normal rules of deck construction state that a deck may not contain any more than 4 copies of any particular card, that rule does not apply to decks constructed during a pre-release tournament. That means that if you happen to pull 5 or more cards with the same name out of your 22-card pack and booster packs, you can include as many of them in your deck as you'd like. The tournament then gets underway with each player testing their newly constructed deck against one another. The matches are shorter than in a regular tournament with only 4 prize cards per match. A participation prize is awarded to all players who complete the full tournament, and that prize is an additional 3 booster packs of the latest expansion. Something important to note regarding pre-release tournaments is that after the tournament concludes, the usual rules of deck construction apply to this particular expansion, which means these cards are not permitted to be used in play Pokemon events until the 3rd Friday of the month in which this expansion goes on sale. After that, you're free to use these cards and include them in your custom decks however you'd like.
And now let's check out a match in play here at the pre-release tournament.
So the battle is getting underway between 2 of our players in the senior division. As you can see on the left side, based on the playmat, we have a Pokemon League Cup champion in this particular video. So let's see how well these 2 players can fare with the new cards given to them. And you're seeing a bit of blur, I'm pretty sure. Don't worry about that. It is going to go away. It does autofocus itself eventually. Bear with me as I have sort of, I guess, not the most professional equipment to work with, but hey, there we go, nice and focused. So both players are getting themselves set up with their starting Pokemon. Fortunately for both players, we do not see any mulligans in this particular match, so there are no extra cards given to the opponent. Getting the 4 prize cards set up along the side. Of course, there are only 4 prizes in a pre-release tournament because the matches are shorter, the decks are less, they're about 20 cards less, but about 1/3 less than you would have in a regular 60-card deck, which of course means the prize cards are 1/3 less as well. So, both players look like they're ready to roll. We're going to have the official handshake to get things started right there. And let's flip those Pokemon over, see who we are working with on either side. On player 1 side, we have a Gligar with double shot attack. And on player 2 side, we have a Phantump with tackle and Confuse Ray. So player 1 is taking the first turn. They're going to attach a fighting energy to their active Gligar. They're going to play down a Nest Ball, looking for any basic Pokemon from within their deck and play it right onto their bench. And in a pre-release tournament, you have a lot of good options for basic Pokemon, because of course the 22-card deck does give you the basic core formation of a custom deck. There we see a Mudbray being played onto player 1's side. Now, they're asking, do you want to cut the deck? And I think they're cool with it. In a pre-release tournament, things are a lot less stressful, a lot less, more laid back than in a full-fledged premier event tournament. So, cutting the deck, not really necessary. The randomness comes from the random booster packs you tend to get anyway. So, player 1 now is deciding, do I play this particular card right now, or do I save it? And as you'll see, they're going to go ahead and play a supporter card for this turn. That supporter card is going to be Professor Kukui. Now, the reason you wouldn't want to play Kukui maybe on your first turn is because, first of all, he does let you draw 2 extra cards. Now, the other thing is, though, he allows your Pokemon to do 20 more damage to the opponent's active Pokemon for that turn. So since this is player 1's first turn, they can't attack, so therefore the 20 damage extra is not going to apply. But they did draw a Choice Band, one of the new cards in the Sun and Moon set, the Guardians Rising set, which is a tool, of course, to attach to a Pokemon, and it says, this Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX or Pokemon GX before weakness and resistance. So, as you'll see in a little bit, there's another reason that they gave that tool to the Mudbray. But they do pass the turn over, they couldn't attack with their Gligar for the first turn. Player 2 attaches a Grass Energy to Phantump and now plays a Great Ball, searching the top 7 cards of the deck for any Pokemon cards you find there, or any one Pokemon card you find there. Show it to the opponent, put it into your hand, and shuffle the rest of the cards back into the deck. This will be an interesting combination with, I'm saying how the Alolan Sandslash in this expansion has an ability that lets you draw one card every turn. Now, I want to combine that with Swampert from Primal Clash, which allows you to search your deck for any card you want and put it on top. Because then, Sandslash could let you draw that card, essentially choosing any card you want. So, Great Ball would work well with a Swampert diving search ability as well, because you could choose a Pokemon, put it on top, then play a Great Ball. But they do opt for a Chancy to place onto their bench using that Great Ball. And what else do they have to work with? Looks like they're going to go for the attack, I believe. Phantump can tackle for 10 damage, but Gligar is weak to grass, so it takes 20 damage. Now, I find that kind of interesting. In the video games, Gligar and Gliscor are only weak to water and ice attacks, so you would think they would give Gligar a water weakness in the TCG, because water represents both of those types, and it's kind of resistant to Bug, which also grass represents, but I'm just rambling. Here we see evolution into the promo Mudsdale on player 1 side. And this is another reason that they wanted to put the tool on. The first attack, I forget what it's called, you saw it on the screen there, but it does 60 damage, plus if this Pokemon has a tool attached, it does 60 more. Of course, it can also use high horsepower for a powerful 180 damage, but it does do 40 damage to itself. So here we see another reason why they couldn't really make good use of Kukui with Gligar as the active Pokemon, because Gligar's attack only hurts benched Pokemon, and Kukui adds damage to the opponent's active Pokemon. But what they can do with Double Shot is choose 2 of the opposing benched Pokemon and do 10 damage to each one, which I think they're about to do, but they're going to go ahead and, I believe, attach an energy onto... Yes, there we go. Mudsdale now has an energy attached, and they're going to hit the Chancy on the bench, of course, for 10 damage. Weakness and resistance not applying to the bench, so Chancy only takes 10, not times 2 for weakness. So back to player 2's turn. We're going to start off their turn by playing How, a good card to get in your pre-release tournament, or pre-release box, the 22-card pack, letting you draw 3 extra cards for that turn. And did How give player 2 anything useful to make good use of? You see a Delibird being played onto the bench, so Delibird is in this set. Not sure if it's really all that impressive or amazing, but you might see something happen in this video. You might not, I don't know. Anyway, Water Energy attached to the Chancy as another tackle from Phantump does 20 damage to the weakness into the Gligar. Now, player 1. Let's see what they have to work with. They might be having a bit of an energy deficiency at this point in time. So they're going to play a Pancham onto their bench and hit those 2 bench Pokemon, Delibird and Chancy, for 10 damage each. So it's going to go back to player number 2's turn. It's a bit of a slow match thus far. We got some basic Pokemon just, dealing out some pretty minimal damage, but things are starting to power up. The Mudsdale is going to be a threat on the player 1 side of the bench with 120 damage thanks to the choice band that's attached, while Chancy is powering up for its Hammer in attack does, I believe, 80 damage. So we're going to pass it back to player number 1 side after getting another tackle attack on Gligar. It is at 6 damage counters. It has 10 HP remaining until it gets knocked out, as player 1 plays their own How to draw 3 extra cards. And you're going to also play out a Timer Ball. This lets you flip 2 coins, and for every heads, you get to search your deck for any evolution Pokemon. They only got 1 heads, of course, when you're rolling dice instead of flipping coins. An even number is considered heads, an odd number is considered tails. That is 1 heads. They get to find 1 evolved Pokemon. And with the options available in the deck, they're going to evolve the other Murkrow into a Honchkrow, as you'll see momentarily. And they're carefully deciding which one do I really want to go for, because they might have Gliscor as well. I think that might be included in the 22-card pack, depending on which random pack you happen to get. But they do go for the Honchkrow. We have 2 Honchkrow on the bench, a powering up Mudsdale, a Pancham, and now a Castform added as well. Castform's got a pretty interesting attack. The first attack, I think, for 1 colorless energy says, search your deck for up to 2 stadium cards and put them into your hand. So you can get some cool stadiums, and I think it's something like foretell the weather or something the name of the attack is. And you can basically just get whatever stadium you want. Pretty cool, affecting the entire battlefield. But they do end the turn with a double shot, hitting the Gligar and Delibird once again. Chancy is getting a 3rd energy attached. It is able to use Bind Wound, which can heal some Pokemon, but they can also go for Hammer In. However, right now, Phantump is going to get the knockout on Gligar, getting the first prize taken on player 2's side, as player 1 promotes one of their Honchkrow to the active spot. Now, what can they work with? Off the top of the deck, we find another energy it looked like went into hand. They're going to put that onto the Mudsdale, so it just needs one more energy to be able to use the something Stomp. I can't remember the name of the attack, but it's the tool boosted damage Stomp attack. And we're going to go back to player 2's side. They're going to add another water energy to Chancy. I believe it is now fully powered to go ahead and use the Hammer In if it comes out of the active spot, while Phantump just gets a simple little tackle, 10 damage off on the Honchkrow. So, a third energy added to Mudsdale, and then the turn is passing back to player 2, but Mudsdale is prepared to start dishing out some damage using its first attack. Now, player number 2 has just played a Wishy-Washy onto the bench. I don't have all the English image cards, so you're seeing a Japanese image of the Wishy-Washy here, but the ability of Wishy-Washy is pretty interesting. During your turn, you may switch this Wishy-Washy with a Wishy-Washy GX from your hand. Now, all turns in play, energy, conditions, all things like that remain on the Wishy-Washy GX. So as you're seeing, they're starting to power up that Wishy-Washy in preparation for a Wishy-Washy GX somewhere within their deck. Now, player 1 simply just attaches a fighting energy to Mudsdale, going back over to player number 2's side. And what's going to happen next? Look at all that water energy being attached. Now, if you saw the Wishy-Washy GX, its big attacks do take 5 energy, and the GX attack does 220 damage, and you get to move the energy from it to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. Now, player number one, they have Mudsdale ready to roll, so they do pay 1 energy by attaching to the Honchkrow to retreat, and Mudsdale comes in, stomping away, doing a basic 120 damage to the Phantump, getting the knockout, evening up this game at 1 prize taken apiece, as Chancy comes to the active spot on player number 2's side. So, just making sure that they have the energy attached correctly. We do have all 4 for the Hammer In. Player 2 adds a Wailmer onto their bench and starts to power that up as well. I think they're thinking they might not be able to find the Wishy-Washy GX, or there is the chance, of course, it might be a prize card. How often have we all fallen to the curse of the prize cards, right, folks? So they just go for the Hammer In of 80 damage on Mudsdale. It's not going to survive a second one of those because of the 140 HP total that it has. But now player 1 has an option here. They're going to choose from their hand. I believe they do play out a card here. Let's see what they're going with. They're going to play Lily. So Lily allows them to draw cards until they have 6 cards in their hand. Of course, she is better used on your first turn, because if it's your first turn, she lets you draw until you have 8 cards in hand. So here is where I think maybe player 1 did not notice Chancy's weakness to fighting. They have the option to go for the Reinforced Stomp. I think it's called Reinforced Stomp. I think I can see that. Anyways, it can do... You know what? Even without the weakness, they could have just done the Reinforced Stomp. 60 plus 60 more for having the tool attached. Could have gotten the knockout on Chancy, but instead, they must not have noticed that. They went for the high horsepower instead. Definitely getting the knockout on Chancy. 360 damage being done, but doing 40 to Mudsdale itself, putting it at 120 damage. So player number 2 promotes the Wailmer to the active spot, which can splash for 20 damage, and if it has another energy, but with 4 energy, it can do, I believe it's called Waterfall, which can do 70 damage. All they need is 1 more energy to be able to hit back for 20 and bring down the Mudsdale. There's the energy they need. That is going to be a knockout once they make the attack. And I think they just go for it. They do. The Mudsdale does fall, unfortunately, for player number 1, putting us at 2 prizes apiece here. This is an interesting match. Very close, very nail-bitery. This is what I like about some matches, the excitement of what's going to happen next. So player 1 has to decide which Pokemon takes the active spot. They're going to send up the already damaged Honchkrow. They might be thinking if they can let that thing get knocked out quicker, they can get another Pokemon up in the active spot. They're going to play a Stuffle to the bench, add a fighting energy onto it, and that is about all they can work with from their hand for the time being. I believe we're going to pass things back over to player number 2. So they're going to draw from the top of the deck. They find themselves some options. Now, we're about to see a misplay, unfortunately. Something that neither player noticed when it was done, and I wasn't exactly watching this particular match. I was off checking out some other matches as well as the video recorded. But unfortunately, we see a misplay here as the player number 2 decides to try out one of the new cards in this set. As you can see in hand, it is the Aqua Patch. The Aqua Patch says, attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your benched water Pokemon. Neither player noticed that it's benched, so they attached it to the Wailmer, and unfortunately, that did power up the Wailmer faster than it should have been powered up. But what they could have done in this instance, they could have brought up the Wishy-Washy instead of the Wailmer for after their Chansey was knocked out, and attached an energy to Wailmer, used the Aqua Patch on the Wailmer, and then retreated that Wishy-Washy for whatever its retreat cost is. I'm sure it can't be more than 3. So, unfortunately that was a misplay, but that's kind of the crazy thing with these pre-releases. Before I get on that topic though, we do see a Beware played on player number 1's side, which has the ability that lets you draw 3 cards when you play it to evolve a Pokemon from your hand. And interestingly enough, another ability comes into play. We have the Psychic-type Oricorio, which lets you search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards once you play it onto your bench. And shuffle, of course, your deck back up, put those 2 energy cards into hand. But yeah, the interesting thing with the misplay here, Aqua Patch is very similar to a previous card called Dark Patch, which I think could allow attachment to an active Pokemon. And I fall victim to that myself. That was quite a bit of damage that I got hit by when my opponent Dark Patched a Yveltal EX, and really hit me back pretty hard. So maybe that's why they put the benched requirement on Aqua Patch, realizing just how powerful the possibilities are with attaching to an active Pokemon. So they're player 1 is gonna attach an energy to Honchkrow, retreat it into the Beware, which now takes the active spot. Not quite powered up enough to take a hit yet, or to deal any damage, sorry, but if they didn't retreat the Honchkrow when they did, it was going to fall to the waterfall of the Wailmer. So, just some preventative measures being taken. Now, player 2 adds a Petalil onto their bench, and they're looking at attaching an energy to it. I'm not sure what card they were trying to attach right there, but whatever it was, they second-guessed it or caught the wrong card. Either way, Grass Energy has been added to Petalil, and they're going to do 70 damage with Waterfall from Wailmer onto the Beware. So, we need to get an energy onto Beware, which we do on player 1's side. Now, it's going to go for its attack, which does 60 damage, but if the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it does 60 more damage. Very powerful, evening things up at 1 prize apiece. That's all for player 2 now. What do they draw off the top? Not sure what that is. Looks like a Water-type Pokemon, but they don't need that. They've got other options in hand. They're going to evolve the Petalil, as you'll see in just a moment. I'm anticipating it. I know it's going to happen. There we go. So Lilligant is now in play. And they're going to attach an energy onto it. It can now use Petal Dance, which does flip 3 coins. 40 damage times the amount of heads, then Lilligant confuses itself. Unless you're playing Sun and Moon and Lucamine's Lilligant doesn't. But regardless, they do get 2 heads, which is 80 damage, which is enough to knock out the Beware, taking the last prize of the match on player number 2's side. So match number 1 of this round does go to player number 2, and we'll be playing some more matches off camera. Good luck to both players.
So now let's sit down with some of the players and see what some of the cards they get out of their packs are all about. So we're here after the pre-release tournament with a pack battle between 2 of our players. And what divisions are you guys in again? You got senior and junior division. So we want to see what packs, or what cards these guys get out of these packs. And apparently one of the players has cheated a little bit.
No, I didn't.
Well, he already opened it up. Look at the cards, though. So let's take a look at what pack number 1 has in this epic pack battle. And I just realized I'm not filming the close-up of the cards yet. Let me get my other phone. Quickly. And we'll see what we can find. So, code card off to the side. And I'm now filming. Wait, I'm not. I am now filming. I know what I'm doing. You're going to give out for free? There's a free code for anyone out there that wants a Sun and Moon Guardians Rising booster pack, which I think will be redeemable very soon. All right, on Friday.
I might steal it.
It's possible. All right, so what do you guys find in the first pack?
Fine.
We have Gligar versus Bellsprout. So we go. How do you guys do this again? Do you go to the rare cards exactly, or just?
Yeah, he said to just do for like the rare cards to give points.
Okay, and I'm sure reverse foil is worth something. Or... Okay. Oh, Gligar. All right, so I would say Toxapex GX might win this one.
3 points.
3 points for a Toxapex or GX. Okay.
Yeah, 3 points.
And I'm gonna say we give that one to Xavier here. How about that?
Well, what we do is we We give the points for like reverse hollows, GX.
What
So you have to count up the points.
Oh, okay.
I got 3 points.
And a shiny gold-rimmed Grass Energy. Very nice. Was that from these packs?
Yes.
Very cool. I didn't know those were in this.
Yeah, the other one for lightning.
Okay. Oh, just 2 kinds of energy. Okay. All right, so pack number 2. Let's see, can Isaac tie things up here?
I don't feel like he will, but he might.
Let's find
I
out.
haven't saw starter secret rare yet.
No? They are in the set, though?
There's another free code.
Another code for Isaac, maybe, if he's quick enough. Depends on when I edit this video and upload it, too, though, is the thing. He's going to be the first to watch it. All right, so the pack battle. We're seeing all of our common cards getting out of the way. We see a Delibird on one side. Well,
Another 3 points.
we're going to say that's pretty much Xavier's going to steamroll this one.
6 points.
They both have lightning energy, though. Does that tie things up, or what? Not quite. Not with 2 GXs on one side. And 1 pack remains of the pack battle.
It's impossible for him to win because
What? How much is a rainbow rare worth?
4.
5.
5.
If you can get a rainbow rare, I would say let's pretend it tied it up. So you gotta hope that that code card's upside down, but you can probably still read it.
The green code cards don't give anything.
Oh man, that just spoils. Why do they do that? Why do they put different codes that you know what's in the packs? Anyway,
Code cards give hollow and better.
it's because of the weight. I've heard they have like different weights or something on them.
The code cards itself.
Sudowoodo,
He
pretty hot stuff.
got 1 hidden. I have 6. 6 to 1. I am
So the winner is good old Xavier here from the junior division. Junior defeats the senior today. And yeah, let's just see. I'm probably blocking the other camera, but a couple of GXs on one side. Very cool. And Salazzle, the 1 point on Isaac's side. But hey, it's still a point. Thanks for the pack battle, guys. So we have some more cards we want to show off here. Let me get my other recording thing, which I always forget to do, apparently. And apparently it's been recording this whole time. So we're good to go. So what are some of the best cards you got today?
So I'm just going to show off some code cards.
So we got some free code cards of Guardians Rising for you folks out there. Feel free to redeem them, first come, first served. If you want to spare or save some for other people, go ahead. But there's no real stopping you if you want to just grab them all, I guess.
Yeah.
And the last one, right there. So feel free to pause the video, grab those codes, and get yourselves some Guardians Rising packs. So what do you like about this card here?
That it's
It's blurry.
League
I'll set it down on the mat and we can show it better.
League Pokemon card, and
And it's the Fire-type starter, of course, Incineroar.
yes,
Next up we have
Chandelier.
with a Shady Move ability. Interesting stuff. What does that do? Once during your turn, you may... I can't see, it's not focused. You may move 1 damage counter from one Pokemon to another Pokemon. That could be across the field, too, apparently. You can put one from your guy onto someone else.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you have next?
I also have this guy.
Now, you showed something about this. Como OGX. Interesting stuff. Now, what's the other card you got down there?
It's another one.
Another Como OGX. But one is full art, one is regular art. Very cool. You got a full art Pokemon GX.
Actually, they're both full art.
Actually, yeah, what am I saying? But one is the secret rare.
Yes.
You're right, both are like full art.
Wait,
I
secret
messed up.
rare? There's
But yeah, the one on the right side, this one over here, is
This one?
actually, it's the secret rare. Because if you check the collector number in the bottom corner, bottom left corner, it's actually past the collection number, I believe. It's number, nope, I'm wrong. I'm wrong again. It's 141 of 145.
So it's not a secret rare?
It's not a secret rare, but I think it's called ultra rare.
E.
But it's still super rare. So which of those cards is your favorite?
Probably this one because I like this artwork better.
And we're sitting here with Robert once again, who has attended the pre-release and has some cool cards that he wants to show off.
Also known as Minecraft Pros.
Minecraft Pros, right. So look him up on YouTube if you want to check out some Minecraft and fun stuff like that. So what do you have to show us?
I'm just going to see my best one that I have.
So these are all the packs that you opened during the pre-release, right?
Yeah. No, I opened them because I wanted to specifically.
Oh! So are some of your best ones.
That.
So you see Janual O is in this set with Bulletproof. And let's just see what it says. This Pokemon takes 10 less damage from attacks. That's not bad. It just takes, simply as like a buffer for taking less damage. And Delibird, all the presents. I just like the name of the attack, first of all. Flip a coin till you get tails. For each head, you may search your deck for a card. Put it in your hand. So you can basically just choose as many cards as you like of your choosing from your deck. What do you think about that? Like, what are some good options you can think of? Maybe special energy or something.
Yeah, like if I had a GX in the deck and I had the basic Pokemon, GX right away.
Exactly. And surprise attack does 40. Could do nothing if it fails though.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you got in the next pack?
Why you want to get?
Oh!
So we're going to take a look at the Machamp. Reverse foil, I believe a rare Machamp. Look at the attack names. I love the names in this set. Settle the score. This attack does 80 more damage for each prize card your opponent took on their last turn. So if they've knocked out a GX, you take if they took 2 prizes, you're doing 160 plus 20. That's not bad. And submission does 150 and it hurts itself 430 damage. Alright. And we also have, was that another special one there with Whalmer? I noticed you had a Wishy-Washy. I noticed that there was a Wishy-Washy. In this set there is the school form Wishy-Washy as well.
Oh.
So what else do you have from your packs here? Okay.
And I also got a paper cut on the pre-release, so I'm probably going to be sucking my milk.
Uh-oh. You got injured during the pre-release. Who would have thought that a children's card game could actually harm somebody? Unless you're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, good one, eh? We have a Komala with Comatose. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, whenever you attach an energy from your hand, it is asleep. But Hypno Roll is 100. This attack can be used if Pokemon is asleep. If it is asleep, or if it is not asleep, it does nothing. So it has to be asleep to attack.
Oh!
That's an interesting one, but by attaching an energy to it, it does fall asleep. And we have a Rockruff, which is the pre-evolution, of course, for the new Lycanroc GX that's in this set, the Midnight form. We have a Reverse Foil Swellow with Agility and Swallow Dive. So what's in the next pack?
I just want
We got a Reverse Foil Stadium.
yeah.
A lot of the new stadiums are locations in Sun and Moon in the Alola region. You see a nice reverse rainbow foil here at Brookwood Hill. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic water or basic fighting Pokemon, put it on their bench, and shuffle their deck. In a way, that is like a nest ball if you're running a water or fighting type deck. And you see we have Machoke with Daunting Pose. Prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by your opponent's attacks. Your opponent's attacks and abilities can put damage counters on your bench Pokemon. That's not bad. It's like Mr. Mime bench barrier, but better, I think.
Probably.
And we also have a Honchkrow. It is back, everybody, with Feint Attack and Raven's Claw. 10 damage plus 10 more for each damage counter on all of your opponent's Pokemon. So the more you hit the field on the opposing side, the more this thing hits the active Pokemon.
Okay.
So I believe there are still 2 packs sitting way over here that you want to tear into?
Yep.
Alright,
And I'm
so,
going to show off the codes.
so he hasn't seen these yet. He's going to give you folks the codes out there. We're getting a lot of codes
No,
given out.
I didn't see all of these yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I also forgot, I got this Incineroar from the pre-release.
Oh, yes, the League promo, Incineroar. Cool stuff. But now, some fresh cards that have not been seen whatsoever, including a Sun and Moon base set code card.
Yup.
Alright, so let's see what cards you get for your collection.
What time is it?
Are you hoping for anything particular? Still looking for Lapras GX?
Yeah.
Let's see what you get.
Wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I got a Wishy-washy. Fomantis, Alolan Grimer, Togedemaru.
Yeah, Togedemaru, I think. Stuffle.
Whoops. Marini. Rabombi.
Incineroar! Just like the League promo said, except there's no foil or League promo symbol.
Yep.
But anyhow, you get one more Sun and Moon pack.
I know.
Come on. This, everyone, throw your comments down below, throw your likes. This has to be the Lapras GX that Robert's looking for, right? It has to be. What if it's the Rainbow Rare?
Oh, I got a Rainbow Rare Vikavolt in the pre-release.
Oh, cool. I might have shown that off in the video. I hope, eh?
Well, yeah, I probably will go get it.
Okay, so the code card for that one as well. Feel free to help yourselves, folks. And
now,
Metal Energy, Charger Bug, which could evolve into Vikavolt.
Yeah.
Herdier,
Amy, Makavita, Hero, Grubbin, Drowsy, Crabroll, Pack.
a Stoutland? A Stoutland! You know how much that's better than Lapras GX? Like -12. It's not better. It's worse. Yeah, it's worse.
I've got like 12 of those.
But anyway, there's some code cards for you folks out there. So
I'm
help
going to show off
yourselves.
the codes again.
And did you enjoy the pre-release?
Of course I did.
Stop. It's always a good time here at Heroes Beacon doing our pre-releases.
And now it's time to see what I get out of my own pre-release box, which I did pick up at the pre-release tournament, of course. So let's take a look here. I'm going to zoom in on the other camera here to see if we get it nice and focused. And I'm going to hit this light too. Hopefully it doesn't make the face cam camera a bit too bright and glaring, but if it does, just try to avert your eyes and focus on the cards themselves. So first of all, let's take a look at our little write-up here. Not so much the write-up, we're going to take a look at the image of Tapu Koko, of course. Island Guardians ready for battle. Now I wonder if all 4 of the Guardians are in this set, because I've heard that Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele are both here. I also heard Tapu Bulu. I haven't seen him yet, but I wonder about Tapu Fini. So we're going to maybe find out as I open up some of these packs. So we're not going to read through this. It's kind of just filler material, but it also helps out if you're new to a pre-release tournament. It helps you get some ideas how to set up your deck. So right here we're going to take a look at the 22 card pack plus the foil promo card, which is of Oricorio, the Psychic type. And let's not waste any time. Let's tear this right open. Now, of course, for a chance to win one of the many code cards which I will be getting in this pack, which the first one is right here. We're going to secret that away. I think you might have just seen the QR code, but I don't think you can get that at that angle. But anyway, so we're going to put this to the side. Now, for your chance to get one of these code cards from this 22-card pack, as well as the 4 booster packs I'll be opening up, all you got to do is answer the question of the day, which is in this video. The question is, which card from the new Guardians Rising expansion are you most looking forward to having, and why? So just leave that answer in a comment down below. Use hashtag QOTD in your comment, and I would say on release day, which is May 5th, on Friday, I'll be doing a drawing of everyone that answers the question with that hashtag in the comment, and you guys all have a chance to get one of these code cards I'll be opening up in these packs. So first of all, of course, this is our promo card, Oricorio. It has Supernatural Dance, which says, for each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile, put 1 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. So things like Vespiquen or, what would it be, Flareon with Revenge. If they're going to focus on having damaged Pokemon, or injured or knocked out Pokemon in the discard pile, you can hit them back with this Oricorio. Revelation Dance does 30, but if there's no stadium in play, this does nothing. So, probably the Supernatural Dance is the better move you're going to want to go for. With a Lilligant with Petal Blizzard, 1 colorless energy, this attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. I don't know if I'm focused properly here. There we go. Don't apply weakness and resistance, of course. For a Grass and colorless, Petal Dance does 40 times, flip 3 coins. This is 40 damage for each heads. This Pokemon is now confused. So we also have another Lilligant. We got Petalil. Blot does 10 and heal 10 from this Pokemon. And we have a Phantom that can tackle for 10 and Confuse Ray. The opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. We have a Great Ball. Same thing as before. Look at the top 7 cards of the deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back in. We got a Kukui. We got a Lily. Timer Ball we've seen before. Trevenant with Poltergeist. Your opponent reveals their hand. This attack does 30 damage for each trainer card you find there. This could go well with an item lock deck such as Vileplume with the Irritating Pollen, preventing either player from playing any item cards. Those count as trainer cards. You could add more power to this Poltergeist attack by using that. Now, Hornleech does 90 and heal 30 from Trevenant. Gliscor, one of my favorite Pokemon. I don't know if I mentioned that before or not, but I like purple Pokemon. And this one just looks pretty cool. Finishing Stinger does 70. If your opponent's active Pokemon has no damage counters on it before this attack,
before this attack does damage, this attack does nothing, so they have to be hit first. That could go well with the Decidueye GX, put a Feather Arrow, 2 damage counters on something, and then Gliscor could hit for 70 for 1 energy, which isn't that bad. And Guillotine does 90 for a fighting and 2 colorless. Have a Gligar with Double Shot. This attack does 10 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Mudbray for 2 fighting energy, double kick, flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 damage for each heads. And we have a Choice Band. I heard people mentioning this, I just don't know what it does yet. It's a Pokemon tool. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage for your opponent's active Pokemon GX or active Pokemon EX before applying weakness and resistance. Interesting stuff. So if we have ways to help fight against Pokemon GX and EXs now with this Choice Band. Pretty cool. We got a Kukui, a Lily, a Nest Ball. Mudsdale is the last card in the 22 card pack. Enhanced Stomp does 60 plus. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool card attached to it, such as a Choice Band perhaps, this attack does 60 more damage. Or High Horsepower does 180. This Pokemon doing 40 to itself with a 4 retreat cost. Look at that. So that's what I got my 22 card pack. But I know what you're all waiting to see. It's going to be the random boosters, all 4 of them right here. Let's get a nice close-up of all of the artworks. I have one of each art, it looks like, all nicely unfocused thanks to my camera. There we go. We have a Midnight Form Lycanroc, Tapu Koko, a Alolan Ninetales, and a Como-O. I think of these, I'm going to open the Como-O first because I have, I guess, the least connection to this Pokemon. I want to save the better ones, in my opinion, for last. So we'll open the Como-O and get that one out of the way. Speaking of getting out of the way, we got to grab that code card, and it's facing the wrong way here, so we're going to open the pack a little bit more and slip that off to the side if we can actually get it out of the pack. There we go. So to the side it goes. Now we're going to how do we do the pack trick again? I think we get the 3 uncommons. I'm going to say this is probably the rare, reverse foil. I think this is the energy. Let's see if I did this right, and if not, I got 3 other packs to try to perfect this. Nope, I got the reverse foil right now, Watchog, with Scrutinize. Scrutinize is not even in focus. Look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, discard one of them, and put the other card back. Not bad. You get to choose which one just to throw away. And Slam does 60 times, flip 2 coins, 60 damage for each heads. Okay, interesting stuff. We have here a common card. Okay, so Jangmo-O has Bulletproof. This Pokemon takes 10 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance, so just a basic buff of, buffer of 10 damage. Dragon Claw for a lightning and fighting does 30. Another common, we got Tailo, Reckless Charge does 20, and this Pokemon does 10 to itself. We have a Carvanha with a simple bite for 10, and a Barboach with hook for 10, Mud Slap for 20. Another common, I think. Yeah, we got a Phantump again. Energy is next. Nope, we're into the uncommons. We have a Choice Band once again. Next uncommon is Altar of the Moon. We've seen this in one of the news update videos. The retreat cost of each Pokemon, both yours and your opponent, that have any Psychic or Darkness energy attached, is 2 colorless less. And of course, that is a stadium card. We have a Machoke with a Daunting Pose. So prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by your opponent's attacks. Your opponent's attacks and abilities can't put damage counters on your benched Pokemon. That is definitely very good. And Cross Drop does 30 plus, flip a coin if heads 30 more. Is this the energy or the rare? Looking at the rare. We got a Trevenant again, so we're already getting the same stuff we got in our 22 card pack. Come on, we want some new stuff like an energy. We got Water Energy. Alright, so how did I do the pack trick and how can I fix that? We're going to go with, I guess we'll go with the Alolan Ninetales next. I really don't have a connection to the Alolan Ninetales. I have a Ninetales of my own from the Kanto region. Her name is Tails, and she's our standard classic fire type, which can burn through this ice type Alolan Ninetales. Come on. Alright, code card, once again, going off to the side. So how did I mess this up? 1, 2, 3. Which ones were these? These were like the rares, weren't they? Alright, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out how to make this really epic and exciting. So the reverse foil is right here. I think these should be the uncommons. But then wait. Let's just do it like this. Alright, let's see if that did us any good. Probably not. We're starting off with a common of Gothita with Blown Kiss. Put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So you can even put it on a benched one, unless they got a Machoke with that ability. Pancham, what's with that face?
Okay, Karate Chop does 60 minus 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. We've got a Alolan Vulpix. Oh, it's so cute. And it's interesting, the first attack, Beacon, reminds me of my Pokemon League's location, Hero's Beacon. Very cool. So for no energy, which is what that symbol means next to Beacon, search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. That ain't so bad. You can get Pokemon GX with that. You can get, whatever you need, basically, an evolution card, whatever you want with that Beacon. Icy Snow does a basic 20, but you're not probably going to want to use Icy Snow. You're going to want to use the Beacon. Next we have a Chancy with Bind Wound, flip a coin, if heads, heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. Hammer In does a basic 80. I think we have one more common. No, we're into the uncommons. I have no clue how to do these pack tricks. Hala. Shuffle your hand into your deck. If you have used your GX attack, draw 7 cards. If not, draw 4 cards. Kind of like Birch in a way, but doesn't require a coin flip, and also just basically encourages you to use your GX attack. He might be a replacement for Birch in some of my decks. If you've been watching some of the Pokemon TCG Online videos lately, Birch has been betraying me quite a bit, so Hollow could be a good replacement. Sudowoodo. Now this is an interesting card. The ability Roadblock. Your opponent can't have more than 4 benched Pokemon. If they have 5 or more benched Pokemon, they discard benched Pokemon until they have 4 Pokemon on the bench. Now, as soon as I saw that, I was thinking, how does this work with Skyfield? Because Skyfield allows you to have up to 8 on your bench. But the ability continues to say, if more than one effect changes the number of bench Pokemon allowed, use the smaller number. So that does prevent things like Mega Rayquaza from using Emerald Break with 8 bench Pokemon. They can only have 4. And if there is a, Parallel City in play, and Sudowoodo is in play on one side, if the other side has the Parallel City turn to them saying they can only have 3 bench Pokemon, then that supersedes Sudowoodo's ability. Interesting stuff. And Rock Throw, a basic 40. Another uncommon card should be Mallow. I've seen this one at the tournament. Search your deck for up to 2 cards. Right? Search your deck for 2 cards. Shuffle your deck, then put those cards on top of it in any order. Not bad. That is kind of like 2 of Swampert's Ancient Trait from the Primal Clash expansion, which lets you do the same kind of thing with 1 card. But this works well with the Alolan Sandslash from the set, which simply has an ability which lets you draw a card. You can put 2 of them on top in whatever order you want. The Sandslash then lets you draw that top card. If you have 2 Sandslash in play, however, you can get both of those cards. Not bad. I like that. Alright, so what is next? A rare? No, we got the energy next. So how did I do this pack trick? I have no clue what I've done. We have a common card of Litwick with Flickering Flames for 10. The opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Next is, well, this is a pretty good card to get, and I've seen this one in action at the Pokemon League as well at our pre-release. Drampa GX. Colorless Pokemon, 180 HP. Righteous Edge for 1 colorless does 20 damage. Discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, not bad. But Berserk, 80 plus. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 70 more damage. You could have just 10 damage on one of your bench Pokemon. You're doing 150 with Drampa GX. Another way, or a good way to do that, throw a Rainbow Energy to your own Pokemon that turn. You're going to put 10 damage, or 1 damage counter on that Pokemon. Suddenly, Drampa GX's Berserk attack is doing a lot more. What is Big Wheel GX? Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 10 cards. That's not bad if you have a pretty mediocre hand of cards to start with. You can get 10 fresh cards with Drampa GX's GX attack, Big Wheel GX. That ain't so bad. I'm going to put you back here, way out of focus, but we'll get you in a nice card sleeve momentarily there, buddy. As we see, reverse foil is Murkrow with Whirlwind for 10. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. Alright, now we're going to move on to of the 2 remaining packs. I guess I'm going to save the Guardian for last. It is the Guardian expansion, so we're going to go with good old Prowl, our Lycanroc Midnight form. Prowl, of course, being the name I gave my Lycanroc Midnight form in the Sun and Moon playthrough, which you can check out on the channel if you're interested. If not, no biggie. I know you're here for the cards for the most part with this particular video. So the code card for this pack, of course, to the side. Alright. Bear with me again. 1, 2, 3. So these, I keep thinking these are going to be the uncommons. If I put them down here, those turn out to be the rares and the energy. So this, I think, is the energy. We got 2 rares, 3 uncommon, maybe? Let's try it like this. Alright, so starting off we have a common of Helioptile. Thundershock does 10, and flip a coin. If head, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Pretty basic stuff. We've got a Beldum with Core Beam, 20 damage, and discard a Metal Energy from this Pokemon. Interesting, so at least you can heal a little bit, I suppose. We have a Tentacool with Sludge Shock for 10. The defending Pokemon can't be healed during your opponent's next turn. Good to know. We've got a Clefairy with Slap for 10. Follow me. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with the active Pokemon. So it's basically Lysandre in an attack. And the last common card is a Barboach with Hook and Mud Slap, 2 basic attacks. Now, we have uncommon. I think I did the pack trick right this time. Search your deck for 2 cards. Okay, we already saw Mallow. No, I didn't do the pack trick right. Anyway, there's the Fairy Energy. We have the foil rare card of the pack, it looks like. Absol, Future Sight. Look at the top 4 cards of either player's deck and put them back in any order. And Doom News. Here is the news. Put all energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. At the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon will be knocked out. Very interesting stuff. Now, people can get around that by simply benching the Pokemon, because if you bench the Pokemon, it eliminates any effects on them, such as the Doom News, but they do have to do the retreat to do so. Alright, next we have a reverse foil being the Energy Recycler. Shuffle 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Cool stuff. We have an Energy Recycler, non-reverse foil, but I got 2 of those now, and the last card is going to be is this one? It's an uncommon. Tentacruel. Poison Sting for 30, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Not quite as much poison as the Toxapex GX gets out there. If you've seen that card, you know what I'm talking about. And Seething Tentacles does 40 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 40 more damage. If tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. I love attacks like that have a coin flip and an effect of either or. Heads or tails, something still happens. Definitely very cool stuff. Now for the last pack featuring Tapu Koko, let's see what the Guardian of Guardians Rising has to offer me as far as good luck in the pack openings. Now, of course, find this code card and sneak it off to the side if I can actually open up. And the cat is trying to claw her way into this room, but we're not ready for her just yet. Stop it! No! She's trying to dig her way under the door, crazy cat. Alright, so, code card to the side. How did I do this? 1, 2, 3... You know what? I don't even know. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to take all 6 cards. We're putting them to the back. Alright. Did I do good? I have a Litwick. We've got a Gothita. We've seen these already. We have a Pancham. We have a Alolan Vulpix once again. We have a Chancy. Now, next is Max Potion. Heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. If you do, discard all energy from that Pokemon. We've seen Max Potion before. We have Alolan Graveler. Lightning type, of course. Thunder Punch does 50 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage. If tails, this does 20 damage to itself. So just like I said, an attack that has an effect on either a heads or a tails is amazing. Wait a minute. No, this one's not so good. Of course, you hurt yourself if you get a tails. But Electro Bullet does 80. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Alright, so you can hit the bench a little bit, unless, of course, that Machoke is in play. We've got Sudowoodo once again, another uncommon. Now we should be into the energy. We got Metal Energy. I've learned the pack trick. A little bit late. This is the last pack we're opening, of course, but we have the rare of the pack. Looks like a Honchkrow. Faint attack. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effects on that Pokemon. And Raven's Claw, 10 plus. This does 10 more damage for each damage counter on all of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, that's not bad. If you can get some damage across the board, Raven's Claw can do a lot more damage. The last card of this pack, Reverse Foil Probopass. Metal Energy says Energy Link does 30. Attach an energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Yep, make sure I read that right. And Power Gem does 120. So that is what I got out of my pre-release box at the Pokemon TCG Guardians Rising pre-release. The only amazing card really was Drampa GX, but there's a lot of interesting new cards in this set. And of course, as I say, for your chance to win one of these many, many code cards from the 22 card pack plus these booster packs, random selection, just answer the question of the day. Which card are you most looking forward to receiving from Pokemon TCG Guardians Rising expansion, and why? Just leave that comment down below and use hashtag QOTD in your comment. And on Friday, May 5th, I'll be doing a drawing of everybody that's answered that question with the hashtag to receive one of those code cards. But that's not all. I did walk away from the pre-release event with 5 booster packs of Sun and Moon base set. I'm going to open these right now. I'm going to speed through these, just go for the rare cards because we know what these common cards are all about. I'm going to open these up really quick, grab the code cards, sneak them to the side, and then go ahead and check out what the rare cards and reverse foil and all that good stuff is from these packs. So, that code card, and I forget how to do this. I'm just going to kind of go quickly. We've got Dragonair as an uncommon, we have Golbat uncommon, we have a Pokemon Catcher. Here is the energy. Okay, so we got a Solgaleo GX. I'll take that. Very nice stuff. We've seen this before in the videos, of course, on the channel when my video recording screen decided to actually work. But we have another GX. Put you back there by Drompa. Whoops. And the reverse foil of this pack is a Lantern. So we'll set you off to the side here as well. We'll put the rest here. These are all just the common cards. All right. Pack number 2. This is a Lunala pack, as you can see. I'm going to tear this one open quick and see what amazing cards we get. First of all, being the code card. Off you go. And if I did this right, the top 4 cards are the... Is that the energy? That is the energy. Okay. So, the rare card is a Toucannon. Nothing as crazy as Solgaleo GX, but doesn't Toucannon just look nice? I mean, not its personality. Look at its face. It's just like you woke it up early in the morning. It hasn't had a coffee, or hasn't had its coffee yet. It's not a happy camper. But the reverse foil is a Alolan Dugtrio with the ability Tangled Hair. Your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 colorless more. Dig Under. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, not affected by weakness or resistance. Alright, so we got 3 more packs to burn through quickly, and burn through being the operative term, seeing that Solgaleo is on the cover of this pack. So again, grab that code card. And then grab those rare cards and see what we are working with. Get these 4 cards off to the side. We have a Grass Energy that you can't see. I put it down too quick. We have the rare card being a Cosmo M, so I could possibly get Solgaleo GX into play using this rare card. Reverse foil is, aw, cute little Lillipup. Look at those eyes. Those baby doll puppy dog eyes. You can do workup. During your next turn, this Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, and Bite does a simple 20. Wonder if you could use that with the Shrine of Memories to make, well, you could use it to make Stoutland's attack do 20 more. Would it really be that big of a difference, though, adding just 20 more damage? I don't know. Anyway, we got 2 more packs to go. Of the 2 of these, I'm going to save Sonata for the last. I'm going to go with How's Incineroar, of my playthrough, of course, and see what good old Incineroar, who did almost one-hit KO my poor Primarina just outside the Pokemon League, has to offer us. Sort of a little apology for what it tried to do before we took on the League in the game. Alright, so the energy in this one is a Psychic Energy. Not that really matters too much, but we are now going to see the rare card being a Beware with Bear Hug and Superpower. And the reverse foil, a Beware. What's with me getting a reverse foil of the same card in these packs? I mean, I'm not complaining, it's just kind of funny that it keeps happening like that. So, that is from that pack. Last pack, alright. Come on, we already have a Solgaleo GX, but give me some good luck here, Sonata the Primarina. Let us see what our final pack of Sun and Moon gives us for our collection. Code card, to the side. First 4 cards. We find ourselves with a Fire Energy. I can't even really show it off in the... Well, I can, I'm just not doing it. Alright, anyway. Rare card is going to be a Crobat with triple poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Put 3 damage counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon between turns. Surprise strike to 60 plus 60 more if it was on the bench this turn. Reverse foil card is a Potion. Heal 30 shiny damage counters with your shiny Potion from one of your Pokemon. And that's that. So that's what I got out of my booster packs. And again, just as a reminder, I've got a lot of code cards here. We got 4 of the Guardians Rising booster packs. We got 1 of the 22 card packs, as well as 5 Sun and Moon base set booster packs. All up for grabs for all you folks out there just by answering that question of the day with hashtag QOTD in your comment. Question once again is, which card from the Guardians Rising expansion are you most looking forward to receiving, and why? Just leave that comment down below with your hashtag in there. And on Friday, I almost forgot the day already, Friday, May 5th, when the set goes on sale, I'll be doing a drawing of everybody that's answered the question, and 10 random lucky people will get one of those code cards. And that is that for my pack openings. So that's going to be a wrap for our pre-release coverage here of the Guardians Rising expansion here at the Pokemon League at Heroes Beacon. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you've attended a pre-release tournament in your area, feel free to leave me a comment. What kind of awesome cards did you get out of your packs? And how were your battles? Did you have some pretty interesting, real nail-bitery kind of exciting battles going on? Or did you kind of steamroll the opponents? Or, on the other hand, did you get steamrolled? I don't know. However it went, just let me know how things went. And if you enjoyed the pre-release for Guardians Rising, again, feel free to let me know how that went as well. Bear with me as there's a bit of background noise here. I'm hoping that the microphone is still going to work despite the fact that I lost the little foam thing that goes on top of it. I gotta refix that, of course. But anyway, all that being said, this is all behind the scenes stuff you don't need to worry about. Hopefully you enjoyed the video today of the new Guardians Rising expansion for Pokemon TCG Sun and Moon expansion. What would you call it? Oh, series, I think. Sun and Moon series. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the cards and the battle and all the good stuff that we saw today. Don't forget, for your chance to get those code cards, just answer the question of the day. And, of course, the other code cards that the younger players gave out in the video, those are first come, first served, up for grabs for you guys to take as well. With all that, Professor Chaz is signing off. Thank you once again for watching today's video, and I'll catch you next time.